From your right, Coach Moore, Miles Thompson, Lyle Thompson, Blaze Reardon. Coach Moore, if you'd open up with a comment on today's game.
I told them in the locker room that they formed a brotherhood that I've never seen before out of the team, and how proud I was of their effort. We always talk about accepting the outcome at the end of the day, and unfortunately the outcome didn't go our way, but the effort that our players in our program put forth today was outstanding. Falling in a hole early in the game 4-0, and to come back the way we did and play, you know it's a game of runs, and unfortunately Notre Dame had a good run at the end of the game, and give them credit for how they played and kept playing the game. But just very proud of my program, my players, my seniors, what they've done. And I think we've changed the way people look at how you play lacrosse and the style that we play, and I'm proud of them for that.
Questions?
Coach, at the end, you had a timeout left. You got a shot off, just happened to hit the goalie's head. Decision not to call a timeout.
I didn't have a timeout.
Oh, I thought you had. Okay.
I did not.
Sorry for that.
It's okay.
My mistake then. What were you guys looking for? I guess mile. What were you guys looking for, Coach, as well? In that set.
We were looking to get the ball to our best players.
Right.
And the ball was in Lyle's stick, and we went to tie, and unfortunately hit him in the head. It was just one of those things. But we have a lot of trust in our players, and it wasn't really anything different than we've done all game.
Lyle and Miles, can you guys kind of look back and now you played your final game together as a trio, what this has kind of meant for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, just I mean, I just think you could take this loss in two ways, and it's either hang your head or just look back and think positive. And I know I gave it my all. That's I played my best, and we all did. And but playing with Miles and Ty, in the end of the day, I just hate to see our team hang our head. We went out there, we did our best, and we gotta, just like Coach said, we gotta accept the outcome.
Having my last game with my college lacrosse game with my brother, I always want to be out there to help him as much as I can. And I'm just looking forward to next year because Coach asked me to come back as an assistant coach, so I'm happy to do that. I'm happy for that opportunity.
Me too.
Blaze, you talk about what you see or didn't see on that last shot of what
made a hard move. Got to the middle of the field. He took a good shot. Great play. Kudos to Notre Dame. They fought back, and obviously didn't see it. But just happy.
Lyle, after that, the 4-0 run, you guys were having some issues kind of getting into the offensive zone. I mean, what did you guys have to do for you to get that shot to put you guys up and finally kind of grab some momentum a little bit there in the third quarter?
I mean, our problem was just clearing the ball after that. After they went on their little run, but I mean, we're not going to change anything up. We're gonna run our offense. We've been doing it all year, and once we do get the ball in our end, we weren't looking to do anything different. We just stick with what works, and I think we got one more transition goal there, but yeah, they just stopped us with our ride, and they got a lot of momentum off that 10-minute ride.
Any questions?
Lyle or Miles, did you sense the team let up at all when you had the 12-7 lead? Did you guys seem to think maybe that they had the game won at that point?
Definitely not. I mean, we were out there.
I mean, why would we? I mean, we're not gonna let up. You know, it's
Lacrosse.
yeah, it's lacrosse. I mean, we're not. We still had the lead. I mean, we're not just gonna give up after they get a couple of goals.
Our style of play is, you know, we want to put the ball in the net, and that's something that we weren't trying to stop doing.
Miles, Coach said something along the lines of how it feels like this team has helped out change the way people view the game. How do you kind of feel about that? Do you kind of agree with that? And what's kind of your take?
I mean, yeah, I agree with it because, you know, that's the style of play we grew up playing. And, you know, people want to see that fast-paced game. And, you know, Coach, you know, he lets us play that game. You know, it's fun to play for him.
Miles and Lyle, when you look back on this season and the numbers and the accomplishments you've posted, I mean, especially Miles, I mean, can you put that into words now? Is it going to take a little while to let it all sink in, everything that you've done this year and throughout your career? No. No.
I thought about the numbers yet.
Yeah.
Did either of you take a moment when you came out onto the field and see the place packed? I mean, let's be honest, a lot of that crowd was there to see you guys. Did you get a sense that you know, that this was what you helped do for the sport, fill up the place?
Yeah, I mean, throughout the season, I feel like it's kind of been like that. Every game we've kind of went to, you know, we get a good crowd, you know, whether it's on the road or at home. But you know, today, you know, to see that big crowd and a lot of the kids, you know, shaking our hands and cheering for us, and you know, going for Albany, and but you know, that kind of stuff, it just feels good to know that, you know, we're helping change the game, and to know that, you know, we're influencing younger kids to, you know, whether it's do better or whatever way we're influencing them, and, you know, that just feels good to be there for them. And yeah, I just, that's the reason, you know, I play, you know, just to help the younger generation, you know, keep playing and influencing them.
Scott, Notre Dame's traditionally been known as sort of defensive team, but over the past couple games, they've sort of changed things now to become sort of an offensive team. From your perspective, is there anything they've done differently in the last couple games?
Well, they've been aggressive. I think they, instead of sitting back in games and looking for a half-field game, they definitely wanted to stretch the field and start playing a little bit more aggressive in transition. I don't know their names, but 22 and 20, you know, were really good in transition. You know, and they like to push the ball. So, you know, they're athletic, you know, and I think you saw in that run where they got that 10-man ride going, I think their athleticism showed, you know, in that part of the game. You know, I was glad to play that kind of a game because at least it was worthwhile for everybody to come out and watch this game and not the old Notre Dame sit on the ball and it'd be a 6-5 game. So.
Any other questions?
Coach, defensively, Blaze, you can answer the question as well. You had Matt Cavanaugh, kind of, you know, I thought Cody did a pretty good job on him for, you know, most of the game. What was your, I guess, defensive scheme trying to go into that? Were you sliding early? Were you kind of hedging?
Yeah, we were going to everybody. We weren't.
No,
nobody was on an island. We were definitely going to every player.
Right.
We were fearful definitely of their pick game on the side, which gave them a couple goals early in the game. You know, it's tough because when you have a kid who's quick and he can shoot the ball off of their pick, you know, it's not easy to always get to him when he comes off the pick. That hurt us early in the game, I thought. But you know, I looked up at one point. I mean, they hadn't scored in a long time, and it was, you know, we held them scoreless for, you know, one goal in the second half was all they got. You know, I think they scored early in the third quarter, and then, you know, we held them scoreless for a long time. And unfortunately, they got a nice break. You know, we got some breaks too, but they got a nice bounce and came right to the kid off the pipe, I think, or off a loose ball, and he kind of picked it up and put it on the Blaze, and it kind of got their momentum going the other way. So. I thought defensively, I thought we really played a pretty darn good game. I thought they did too. I thought they did a nice job of making it very difficult for these guys to get to where they wanted to get to. And you know, I mean, 14-13 doesn't sound like a defensive game, but I thought it was a pretty well played game at both ends.
Scott, I mean, twice now you've been, you know, just
well,
you lost in overtime in the quarterfinals. Do you still feel like this program has what it takes to get to a Final Four someday?
No doubt, no question. I mean, we're going to be right back next year. You know, we've got a tremendous class of kids coming in, and an outstanding group of guys coming back. And you know, we're gonna get after it again next year, and we'll do our best. But you know, we'll be right there.
Coach Moore and the players will be available for one-on-ones outside. Gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.